Hello, everyone, and would you just look at that? I guess you could officially call me a Caridina shrimp breeder now. So, starting 2 days ago, I found my first baby shrimp. I was super excited, and I even found another one. Now, as you can see in how I have this tank set up, I have it set up pretty natural. It's not just a bare bones shrimp breeding setup. So finding the baby shrimp is pretty difficult. Now, I'm thinking this guy's probably 2 or 3 weeks old, maybe getting close to a month, maybe. I honestly don't know. I'm saying 2 or 3 weeks old because then last night, the next day, I found some that were still walking around that were half this size. So I've had babies in here for a while, and they're just now getting big enough to discover them. So that's pretty cool. And this seems to be the hot spot. We have a little bit of this algae stuff growing in here, but not a lot. This is where they always seem to be because the filter flow knocks all the food down here into these rocks. This is actually the first time I've seen one up on the plants. Usually I've seen them down in the rocks, and I've seen, it might have been this guy. He's probably the biggest. There's another one the same size as this. And last night I seen 3 of them on this rock right here. 2. I think it might have been this one or another one, 2 that size. And then there was one that was even, maybe not even half that size. So there's multiple drops in here, so that's a good sign. So of my original shrimp that I started out here with, these fancy red tigers, every single one of the females has been buried. And this is the last one to become buried. She's been buried for probably 2 or 3 weeks now, so she's not too far away from dropping herself. Let's see, this is the first buried one I ever had. So I am thinking, because this one, the first one I was ever buried, she disappeared, and I didn't see for 2 or 3 days, and then she appeared, and she wasn't buried anymore. And then a couple days after that, she was buried again. Here's another very nice buried young lady right here. This one should be due to drop real soon, I do think. So we're about to have lots and lots of babies. So my thinking is, I thought these females, they first dropped their eggs like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then they got buried again. And so I'm thinking maybe that's one of those shrimp. Now, a lot of times right now, since I let it get all grown up, well, and that's how I want it to be, since this tank has matured and grown into itself, I don't see the shrimp as often. Usually I can see 2 or 3 or 4, but it's not like earlier they go off and hide in the moss. So it's no wonder it's taken me this long to find any babies. And let me tell you, the one, I didn't get any video of the little tiny one I said I found, but it was probably less than half that. I know I said it was half that size, but it was really, really small. And it was right down here in these rocks. So I don't think it could have got too far when they're really, really little. I mean, that guy was smaller than a grain of rice. When I saw last night, I was going to bed looking for more. This is, and like I said, this little girl, she was really, really little when she come in. The mostly red one. And that was the first buried one. She's always been the biggest shrimp. I think she still might have her berries. I think she does. So she'll be dropping more. So that might make sense. That shrimp might be about 3 weeks old. And then this shrimp wasn't buried anymore. I thought she dropped her eggs and then reappeared, not buried, and then reappeared again, buried. So she's buried for the second time. Look at this molt. That's a really good molt right there. This one's been out and have messed with it. But that one was a really good molt too. This is a cool shot of this shrimp, and you can see she definitely still has a berry or two left in there. Oh yeah. There they are. Come on, girl. Let me show you to the world. I don't think she's gonna cooperate. Oh, there she is. So she still has her berries for sure. She's so pretty. This is my favorite one. I like this one. Look at her. She's pretty. And there's another one before it goes into the rocks. I've been sitting here just trying to catch another one on film. And a fleeting second. There we go. Okay, so now that we've talked about the shrimp, let's talk about what I've done in this tank and how it all works. So keep in mind here, I am still a Caridina newbie. These are still my very first Caridina shrimp babies. So keep that in mind. I'm still learning, so don't look at this as an expert. This is me showing you what I've done and how I've had success so far. I think this is close to the right way, as close as I know how to do it. So let's see, let's do some testing. Now I know all you guys are probably watching me for my Neo tanks, and maybe some of you guys are interested in taking the next step up like I have, and I'm just sharing my experiences. So let's do a series of tests. So the first thing we worry about in our Caridina shrimp tanks is TDS. That gives us a good idea. And I have my sock drawer is now my testing equipment. So I have a nice TDS pin. We test TDS. And then the next things we will need to test for are our GH and KH. And then we test for nitrates. That's how we know if we need to do a water change or not. And then we need to monitor our pH to make sure our active substrate is keeping the pH nice and low and stable. We're hoping for 5.5 to 6. So let's get started on the testing procedures. The TDS is 145, and considering I started at 142, and I've been trying to slowly get it up to 150, which may seem high to a lot of you people that are experienced Caridina keepers, but I got these from the breeder, Garden of Eder, and he keeps his Caridina at 150. So the TDS, I have not done a water change in like 5 weeks now. So We've gone up like 2 TDS points since the last time I tested. 142 to 144 in like 5 weeks with no water changes. So I think that's a good sign. All right, let's do the GH and KH next. So I realized sometimes for some of you guys, this testing can be kind of daunting, especially if you're not used to doing stuff like this. So the first, I thought I'd show you guys how easy it is. Well, the nitrate test is never easy. You better get your arm flex on with that. The shake weight thing, you need to do some shake weight exercises before you do the nitrate test. But we're doing KH, so we're gonna get it up to the 5 mil marker. 5 milliliters right on the line there on the test tube it comes with on the API test kit. 1 drop at a time until it turns yellow. 1 drop at a time. There's 1 drop. Give it a shake. And we should definitely yellow. Down on it like this. And just spill on it. You can see it's yellow. All right, here's the GH test. So I know it's not going to be less than 4. So we're going to drop in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll give it a shake up. And you can see it is not green. There's 4. And this tank bounces back and forth between 5 and 6. I really think it depends how big my drops are. If I get a big drop or a small drop, depends on if it's 5 or 6. There's 5. Let's give it a shake. Still not green. All right. This one should do it. It's never been higher than 6 before. And if you look down on it, like we talked about, you can see we got green. So, same as it's always been. Right around 5 or 6. So that's good. And now, the hardest one that I will for sure have to read instructions on. Oh man, the nitrate one. I don't have this one memorized down yet. Because on my Neo tanks, you know, you don't need the resolution. So little cheap test strips are good. It's like, oh, if it's higher than 20, I know there's an issue. But most test strips don't really test 5, 10 range. And we don't want this to get too much above 10 in nitrates. Okay, the first step to the nitrate test. This one's a doozy. The first step is the easiest. The first thing you do, you got your test tube filled to the line, 5 mils. And then we're adding 10 drops of solution number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pick that up. Shake, shake, shake. All right, now we got that all shaken up. And this is what we do next. I'll make sure I get this 100% right because this is tricky. Vigorously shake the nitrate test solution number 2 for at least 30 seconds. This step is extremely important to ensure accuracy of test results. Nice booklet. Nice instructions there. API. Number 2. We're shaking this for 30 seconds. Looking at my watch. And shake, 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 shake. 30 seconds. Shake, 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 shake. You gotta shake the hell out of this thing. For at least 30 seconds. $25, $30, and we'll do 5 more seconds. Extra hard just to make sure we get it all. All right. There we go. And now, let's see. Add 10 drops of solution number 2. And then after we do that, cap the test tube and shake vigorously for 1 minute. This step is extremely important to secure. They keep saying ensure. Okay, ensure accuracy. Okay, I was like, what are they trying to say there? Print so little I can't see. I need glasses. Alrighty. So 10 drops of this after we just shook the crap out of it. That's good. Give it one more shake. All right. 10 drops of this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We got 10 drops of that. And now we got to shake the hell out of it for a full freaking minute. And go. This is your workout, man. No, shrimp keeping would include aerobic exercise. Well, hi, kid. This ain't that hard. But we shake the hell out of it for a full minute. I'm getting tired. Hear my watch rattling. That you can see the tank moving. Shaking the crap out of it. It's very important. You shake, 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 shake. There's 50 seconds. 55. A minute. Let's do 5 extra hard seconds just to make sure. All right. Now we sit and wait 5 minutes. And here are the nitrate results. We're still reading 0. Awesome. No need to do a water change. That's what I'm doing now. As long as my nitrates stay below 10, I'm not even going to mess with the water change. The last time, it wasn't even 5, but I did have a little hint. And I started getting too many snails. And I was like, I'm going to cut back on feeding. And all the plant growth and everything. Now we're back to 0. Sweet. And the last of our testing we're going to do today is pH. And that is to check the validity or how good our substrate is doing at keeping the pH down. We're hoping between 5.5 and 6. Fill it up to the first line on this one. A little bit less. And then we're going to add 2 drops of the solution. 1, 2. And we're going to give it a shake up. All right, let's see if I can get this on camera so you guys can see. We are a little bit, we're pretty close to 5.5. Pretty close. Right in that zone. 5.5. We're definitely more yellow than 6. And we're not as orange as 5. We're right there in the middle around 5.5. Maybe a little closer to 6. I don't know. That's pretty close. Let's see if I can see. Because you're technically supposed to read it like this, looking down. And yeah, I'm saying like 5.6, 5.7. That's what I'm saying. So, we're good. There ain't no need to do anything to this tank. Except keep on enjoying it. Awesome. Well, and there you have it. Update on my 40-gallon Fancy Red Tiger Caridina tank. My first Caridina tank and my first Caridina baby shrimp ever. Little boy still sitting on that Anubis leaf from when we started. He changed positions a few times, but there's a little baby. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.